Your boy Ziggler Wigger, you understand me? Back at you like I left some. Look at you, check this out. Nolazine TV, you understand me? We represent New Orleans. This man travel all over the world, but in the name of Jesus, we believe. Nolazine TV, Ziggler Wigger, we getting it in and we getting it out of our system.
Yo, what up? It's your man Streezy, the bad boy, R&B, the new era Bobby Brown, and you watching Nolazine TV. It is.
You see, like the new era Bobby Brown.
Fucking right, bad boy.
That's why you feel like that.
Nah, you know how Bobby be. People tell me, hey boy, you don't really seem like you a R&B singer. You know what I'm saying? You seem more like an old street nigga or something. I'm like, nah, I ain't really no street nigga, but I'm me though. So whatever you call it, that's what it is.
Yeah, when you say Bobby Brown, it's like saying Rick James. Get a whole lot of that. They might think you're lit.
Hey, nigga, smooth criminal, dog.
But actually, Bobby was a street dude. Like, for all the stories that everyone actually bring about Bobby, it's like Bobby was more. He never gave you no R&B singer.
Well, I guess everybody from some type of hood in some type of way, but
like some people from hood, but they don't got that hood in them.
Right.
Some people just grew up in the hood. They had to lit up, but like some people was actually outside of the hood.
True.
Yeah.
I was outside and inside. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? I was, I be on something. I don't like to be bothered type shit. So however I feel, I be, that's just how I be though.
Hey, so tell everybody where you from.
I'm from St. Rose actually. So yeah.
Okay. Hey, so
and that's not Baton Rouge because a lot of people be like,
I was about to say,
boy, that's the country.
World.
Like, hey, boy, that's the country. Boy, no, boy, that's 5 minutes from the airport that you go to the fly wherever you going on the Spirit airplane.
They gonna tell the Spirit.
Yeah, that's what they be on. Shit, I be on it and I be seeing them. So I
just try to fly Spirit a couple weeks ago. That been canceled.
Yeah.
So the reason why it must be a reason why.
Hey, look, I be like, hey, boy, you on this bitch too?
I just fly Southwest like the brown bag of them.
For real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, growing up for yourself, who influenced you to start making music?
I really was like the biggest Tyrese fan. You know what I'm saying? Like the Coca-Cola commercial Tyrese.
You on the bus, Tyrese?
Yeah. Like I was a big Tyrese fan. So coming up, like you couldn't tell me I wasn't him. I just was a 5'7" version and probably a little bit brighter. But other than that, yeah, I was Tyrese. Tyrese was my dude. And my brother, actually, before Tyrese though, my brother Byron, he was with his music thing before he started the management side of things. And
shout out Byron.
Yeah, definitely. And so my brother, he just, he really influenced me because I really was into the sports. Like I'm probably 5'7", but I could throw a football down in 70 yards, and I ran a 4.29 my freshman year in high school. So sports was really my thing. But after high school didn't work out for me, I turned my attention and focus to my music, and like I said already, before that Tyrese was my guy, was a main influence in my musical career. On top of that, with my brother, so that's where I get my. I didn't really listen to a whole lot of stuff, but Tyrese, yeah, that was my dude.
Okay, so when did you first start to make music?
When I got expelled. Like when I got expelled out of high school, I ain't really, I knew it was over for me as far as like me trying to pursue the sports and all of that stuff. Like I realized I had done fucked up right there once I got expelled. So I had to turn my attention, because I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like my daddy made me go get a job at McDonald's. And boy, you coming back out that bitch smelling like fries, boy. That bitch just wasn't the smell I was looking for. If anybody know me, they know I be big on my cologne. You know what I'm saying? So smelling like McDonald's fries and the hot spicy shit, that bitch was up with me at all. So I finally, I turned my attention and my focus into my music, and I was actually in a group with my dude Blaze. Blaze.
Shout out Blaze as well.
Yeah, that's my brother. And I knew I had to Cause I wasn't about to sell no dope. I can tell you that right now. That wasn't my lane. My mom always punched it in my brain. You go to jail, you better lose my number. And I couldn't lose her number. So yeah, I just went hard with the music, man. I focused in and I just got after it. So that's what it was with me.
Okay. So how did you actually come up on like with your? Well, how did you come up with on like Be Streezy?
Blaze did that. Like Blaze just one day, cause you know he just be Strizzle and that shit just stuck. Like I don't even know. Like people ask me this all the time, and I don't even know why I started like accepting it. Like I just put for whatever reason, we just ran with it. I kept it. I liked it. So it went from Be Streezy to Streezy, and you know, from Blaze was calling me Be Strizzle. So it went from Strizzle to Streezy, Be Streezy to Streezy, which the B was for Brandon, and you know, so I don't even much know, dog, but that's the story. Blaze named me that. Yeah.
So what's the average day like for you?
Shit, bro. Waking up, calling whoever I gotta call and be like, say, what's the next move? Like, you know, Roy Anthony do a lot of my production. So like, I really have two sides to my musical career. Like I have the Southern Soul side and I have the R&B side. And what I'm doing right now is I'm currently like, I'm gonna put out a Southern Soul EP and I'm gonna put out another R&B EP. So, you know, I constantly like, you know, I get up in the morning, cause I kind of go to sleep a little late, trying to, you know, get everything figured out. I'm on the daily, I'm looking at my streams. Streams is through the roof right now. I went from having no streams to 40,000 a month. Some people have 200,000, some people have 1 million, but I started off with 0. And in a year's time, I'm at 40,000 listeners now. So what I've learned is I have to just keep creating content and music and just keep putting it out. Cause you know, sometimes we get caught up into, man, I gotta keep pushing this single, and then it's a year later and you only put out that one record when you're
like speaking on that, I didn't want to cut you off, but like speaking on it, like that was like an old school like way of doing it.
Yeah.
Like push that single for like 6 months to see what it do.
No, like you gotta drop them records, cause while you have the listener here, you gotta keep it, man. Like so that's what I'm doing. Like I dropped I did my deal when the first COVID hit with E1, and I dropped a record with Juve. Shit. 2 months after I dropped the record with Juve, I came back and I dropped a remix with Shaggy and DeMarco. And then now I'm at this point, I just dropped a record with the Emotion joint with HD4President. And man, like I say, it's just, and right after this, well, what I did was I dropped the HD4President record, but right before that I did the Move Around record, which is a Southern Soul record, and then the Intervention, that was wrote and produced by Roy Anthony and Tyree Neal. So I did two, brain freeze. I did two Southern Soul joints and then the R&B joint. So now I'm about to drop another R&B joint probably about in another month. So it's just staying, you know, waking up every morning, to answer your question fully, you know, waking up every morning, getting on the line, trying to book my next studio session, and, you know, staying on top of whatever promo that I gotta do, whatever press I gotta do for, you know, both genres of music. So that's what I do. Like, so, and that's every day. It's like you can't take a break off for like pushing these records, bro, and getting them out there and trying to get them, you know, in the masses, you know, especially from an independent standpoint.
Okay. So, how many years have you actually been like in the music industry?
I did like 12, maybe 12, 13, like serious years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like being really consistent and taking it serious, a good 10 to 12 years for sure.
So being in the music industry for 12 years, tell us what you enjoy most about it, and tell us what you actually hate about it.
I mean, I really enjoy it. My joy comes from people actually, when they hear your records, like they can actually recite the records back to you. Like people really love what you're doing and appreciate the music. Because when you're doing something that's really coming from the heart, man, they really have music lovers out here. And people that you really don't think would be like a real music lover, they listen to every word you say, every little detail. And you know, when people are like, hey boy, when you did that, what you call them, boy, I felt that all in my soul. And then they wrote, you know, said it back to me. I'm like, damn, it really fucked with the record, you know. So that's what I like, bro. So that's why I try to do records that that people really can feel, and heartfelt records. Like, I'm not one of those people who can actually sing a record and I'm not really, you know, feeling that record, or I have no kind of like attachment to that record. Like, I'm really giving you what it is I'm going through, what it is that I've been through, what I've done, what it look like I'm about to do, you know, anything. Like, but I really give you me when I do these records.
Okay. So, tell us what separates you from other artists.
I can't really say what separates me like that, bro. Honestly, because some people really take their music serious, like how I take mine serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit up here and tell you, well, except I'm different because, like, I really sing what I'm going through. I really feel like a lot of people sing what they're going through. You know, all I can do is tell you that when I'm doing these records, I'm really like in tune to what I'm doing. Like, I really love what I'm doing. I'm giving you all of me. I'm not giving you half of me. Like, I can't do a record. If somebody wrote me a record, I can't do a record that's not me. Like, if I don't feel connected to the record, because I have to deliver. I have to be able to give you, you know, I have to make you feel it. Just like, you know, this is what you're going through, what I'm going through. So yeah, but you're getting pure passion from me when I'm doing these records and when I'm putting them out. Yeah. Okay.
So how well do you take constructive criticism?
I mean, it really depends on who it's coming from. That's like, you know, if Darren Nolazine say, well, HD, but I felt like, bud, that really wasn't a you type of record. I have to listen to that. I have to respect that, because you never gave me nothing that ever made me feel like, that nigga just hating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You always showed me nothing but love. So why you gonna all of a sudden just be like, I don't like you or your music or nothing that you ever did. So by you always being a stand-up person, you know, in other words, I can take the constructive criticism. But again, it depends on where it's coming from, because some people, I don't want to hear shit that they got to say.
Right. Me personally, I never give constructive criticism, because I be like, and I think of a marketing standpoint, and that's the reason why they have these streaming apps that can tell you where, you know, people actually like you at. So I tell people, it don't matter if I like your song. I'm just one person. I tell them put it out anyway, just to see who like it. Right. Like, you don't know who like it until the world
but also though, like, and I can't speak for every artist that you interview, but I can speak for me. Like, if you ever hear something that you just were like, hey, nah, Streezy, that wasn't it. You gotta tell me. Right. You gotta tell me, because I've been rocking with you for a good little minute. So, and again, you never told me nothing that made me be like, and this nigga here just old sideways ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if you come to me and you for one time say, hey boy, that bit wasn't it, I gotta respect that and be like, well damn, I probably shouldn't have did that bitch. Well, let me go get somebody else's opinion. Because before I drop $40 and $50 and $60,000 on a record trying to push it, maybe that ain't the one that I need to do. I don't know it all. Right. You know what I'm saying? And artists, like, I could get caught up into liking a record that might not be the record that need to be put out. You know what I'm saying? But you can be like, hey, boy, that bitch ain't it. And I'm going to listen and try to see, like, you know, if I need to go another route with another record, because I'm constantly recording records. Okay. So I don't just have that one. I can, you know.
You play with them on like multiple.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I want to hear, out of your words, and like, how you feel about it. What's the difference from actually going out and like putting out CDs versus now with like the streaming world? Yeah, because you've seen it.
I mean, you spend a lot of money on them CDs, you know? Yeah. And what's crazy if you go to those markets like Lafayette and Lake Charles, them DJs still rocking the CDs. So it's like you still have to
have it.
You still have to have that, but you don't have to have it like you used to have it. Like cats used to press up 10,000 to 20,000 CDs and hand them out, and them bitches be laying on the street getting ran over on the interstate. You know what I'm saying? But now, for number one, you're saving a couple of dollars. That's number one.
Yeah, but I tell music artists now, like, it's really easy for y'all to actually say you're a music artist now. Back then, you had to have that. They need some money.
Yeah. I mean, hey, don't get it twisted now. You still gotta have enough bread to do.
No, but you needed money just to even be took serious.
Yeah.
Like just to get your CDs pressed up, the merch and everything. To travel to go to those small towns.
Oh yeah, true that. Yeah, now it ain't nothing but your cell phone. Oh, you can pay your cell phone bill. You ought to be straight.
Yeah, cell phone and that bill.
Yeah, you ought to be straight. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, you know, you also like to chime on this because like, you know, so many artists been on this platform and don't know about how like the radio system goes in New Orleans. I want you to chime in like a little bit for people who don't know, like, all this is really a business.
Right. I mean, it's each his own, man. As far as the radio, I feel like you have some cats. Like I heard this. My little cousin told me he went to a concert last week, I think it was, or during Christmas. What is his name? Rob 49.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard him on the radio, but I heard he sold out Republic.
Right.
So some people need radio, some people don't need radio. He seemed to be one of the people who don't need radio.
Right. But he signed to a label and he has backing and he's taking over like massively the internet.
So
right.
He signed to a major label or independent label?
Like someone that had like major backing for us getting them big features all around, you know. Like
okay. Well, that means
so, you know, I don't know how big the label is, but maybe the label is big. The label has a deal with Interscope. Oh, and he signed to,
Yeah. Well, but still, I hadn't heard of him,
right.
And he's still not like that big old household name just yet. He well on his way.
Yeah, he worked.
But again,
he sold it out.
To say that he sold that bitch out in
New Orleans.
Yeah. You don't need. He might don't need it. Now, it might help him out in the other markets to. You know,
but the crazy part is, what people don't know, the other market would actually see little stuff like that and start playing his music before our market.
Yeah.
Our market really been always mostly about business.
It's definitely about the business. It's hard, you know.
And I wanted you to see it because you was an artist that been on the radio for years.
Yeah. I had to pay my just dues. And when I say my just dues, like I don't mean pay pay. I had to do whatever it took to get the business done. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want rotation, you gotta get the mix show. You're not just jumping into rotation without you jumping into the mix show, without you getting into the mix show. You know what I'm saying? So I just did whatever it was that I had to do to get my stuff heard. You know, because especially with R&B, like, you know, people out here, even the females, shit. I don't want to hear no niggas singing. They, you know, Jeezy come in town. They want to talk with the coke and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear no nigga crying and shit.
Yeah, but I kind of always felt like New Orleans was kind of like a hard R&B city. It was hard on the R&B artists.
Yeah.
Because like at a point, it was just you, Rance, and Courtney on the radio, and like I still didn't see them embrace y'all like they embrace rappers.
Oh yeah, that's like I had my run. Rance had his run. Courtney Hart had her run. And Detroit. Detroit.
Well, see, like I see that. Like all y'all kind of like the same area with the Baby Boys and Choppers. When they rap, like rappers making like more hip hop songs.
Yeah.
They just took off way a little more different.
Yeah.
Than y'all did.
Yeah.
And like far as my knowledge, looking from the outside, and all y'all had that, you know, but that run on that radio.
Yeah. I mean that because you know. Get that run on that radio hit, you're gonna get a little show money. You know what I'm saying? You gonna catch a little Lafayette, little Mississippi, Jackson, the Biloxi, the Gulfport area. So you know that little bread, them people out there, that shit add up every weekend.
And like that's what also like a lot of hip hop artists don't do. I be trying to preach to hip hop artists like, man, if at least do one song on like 2 Hour Culture because everyone love our culture.
Yeah.
Like Hot Boy Ronald them still get shows to this day.
Yeah.
Off of songs they made since I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you gotta cater to New Orleans culture. So,
You do. And me, you know what? Honestly, I was fighting against that. Like I didn't want to do no bounce record. Like I didn't want to feel like I had to do a bounce record to get popping here, but hey, I had to.
Plenty of artists felt that way too.
I had to, but I went to getting the Boosie features and like I said, Shaggy. I got a record from Spitter. I went and did that record for C Murder that he was talking about that got him to life. You know what I'm saying? I paid my dues, dog. Like I paid my dues and I'm still paying them, bro. So hey, I'm here. I do it because I could have easily gave up, but I do it because I love it though. So I be liking to listen to my own shit sometimes, all the time, really.
And so if just speaking on been doing it for so many years, do you ever feel like there's a point where you gonna actually find one? Where you gonna find one on a younger artist and like groom them? Because you love the music, like just being around the music so much.
I mean, it's still hard to do that because like you could go get a younger artist and try to groom them, but if the younger artist don't have a bag,
right.
It all come down to you still having to have a bag.
Right.
Like you gotta have a bag. If you don't have a bag, shit, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere.
That's what a lot of artists from New Orleans don't get. Like the thing is, you can be the rawest talent ever. You still need that money for budgeting. Like I wouldn't go meet up with on like Wendy Day, and she just told me how much it costs just to hire her. And I was like, man, these artists ain't got that.
No, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Like hip hop is missing is a real solid foundation record label.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, like the reason why Cash Money and No Limit, because they had the funding, and it was and like both of them wasn't afraid to say no to like smaller deals.
Yeah.
Because so many people like having a record label and just being a CEO, you might spend $200K fast.
Yeah.
So if you ain't got that money, you fool around and get discouraged.
Yeah.
So you fool around and pick that first deal. I'm just saying, like if you $250,000 and like a label offering you $1 million, you trying to get your money back.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people get discouraged.
Yeah.
So like they ain't got that same type of. I just feel like they don't have that same type of confidence in these artists like they did back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, and Cash Money. I ain't gonna say No Limit because P on a new wave or whatever he's doing. But like still like Baby them. There are a lot of artists that they could have came grab and gave an opportunity to,
right.
And still came. It don't have to be me, but imagine whoever Ride 49 signed to. I'm saying it right, Ride 49.
Yeah.
Imagine him being signed to. He doing this with whoever he with right now, but imagine him doing that shit with a powerhouse like Cash Money, a label that's like relevant around the world right now.
Right.
What you think that man to be at? That man to be up there. That man to be up there with your meats and them probably.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we just need the opportunity. And I don't understand why they don't come back and grab like
a lot of artists,
that.
like the artists down here needs the funding, but also these artists learn the business.
A lot of them don't deserve a chance, but you have a lot of them that you have a lot of them that do.
Like a lot of them get mad, but they don't really understand the business because they never learned it from nobody.
Yeah. I'm not. Look, don't get this twisted. Not all of them deserve an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that do deserve the opportunity,
give it to them.
Give it to them. Try it out. Ain't nothing gonna kill you. And nothing gonna kill you to give a motherfucker a single deal. Give a nigga 50,000 or 100 rack signing bonus. You can write that off anyway. So you're not taking no loss. Right. And let's see where it goes. This shit might kaboom out the roof. But you'll never know if you don't be given that opportunity.
Like a lot of artists just need, but that if the distribution and just to show them how to get their music all around the US.
Right.
And I usually never know what might happen.
You'll never know. But again, I'm content. Like I'm content just making my music. Like I through all the years and my situations, I've learned from it all. And like the HD record, like I put that out myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm reaping all of the benefits from. I'm happy. Cause at first I was just like, oh, I need a manager and boom, boom, and I really wasn't like learning everything about the business that I needed to know. But
also, I see a lot of artists be looking for managers, but they don't have nothing to manage. I tell artists to go get a PR first. A PR can help you get you in some of those rooms like hip hop awards and different things. But you gotta get the right PR.
Yeah.
Don't get no any PR because the person cheap or relevant. Get somebody who's connected.
But again, that goes back to the bag.
Right.
Because if you go get you one from New York or you go get you one from LA,
they about $4,000-5,000 a month.
And they want 6 months. Straight up.
Yeah.
That contract, that retainer fee is 6 months.
If they need 6 months, actually, because you know, like 1 month just can't automatically get you.
But where they get that bag from though?
They need that bag. But see, the thing is, a lot of artists make it bad for themselves, like a good hip hop artist, because they showing them money, and when it's time to talk about that money, you ain't got it. So you kind of like make it bad for yourself, so people kind of look at you like you're a joke.
Yeah, better stop doing that shit.
Like, because I tell artists, you know, artists really not supposed to reach out to the media companies. They PR are supposed to.
Right.
But artists don't even know they supposed to have a PR.
Right.
So.
A lot of them don't even know what a PR is.
Yeah, I know. Well, in fact, they definitely know that.
So not only do you have to pay a PR, you gotta be PR. Yeah, you trying to get your manager want 50-30%. Shit, but. Like you supposed to get all this money from? Well, you gotta get the popping, but that's why you gotta be like one of the Rob 49s and be selling out these shows and shit. You could afford that shit then, you know.
Yeah, but he got a bag. He ain't just him putting the money. He ain't putting the money up.
Well, but again, you gotta find somebody who believes in you got the bag.
Yeah, but you know, you just gotta stay consistent for somebody to see you.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't got the funding, it's like the game's so much easier. Now you got media companies showing you around the world. You just gotta tap with a few media companies in different cities. And all it takes for the right person to see you, you just gotta stay consistently in people's face.
True, yeah.
So,
sound like you need to become somebody PR. No, just the media. Just
I'm focus on those. So tell everybody, like what's next for you?
What's next for me is me steadily beating these records in your head. Like I'm just recording. I think I'm dropping maybe at least 15 to 20 singles. I ain't gonna say singles, like records this year. Like I ain't playing. I'm about to keep the pedal on the metal, the pedal to the metal, and keep creating as much noise as I possibly can, and hope y'all just love it. Like I don't need them to come through here and be like, oh boy, we about to give you $100 million deal, boy. You the blah blah blah. Nope. I just want you to love what I'm doing. But I get my satisfaction and my joy from actually being able to put out great music, and that's no bullshit. I just love putting out good music, bro.
Okay, and also last but not least, tell everybody what can they find you at on social media and just other music platforms.
So I'm legit. I'm really on every major, not major musical platform that there is out there in the world. So that means everything. My Instagram is B_Streezy. That's B_STREEZY. My Facebook is B Streezy page. So everything is just B Streezy. So man, y'all tap in. I got some fire features on my project, and I'm gonna keep on banging these singles out for y'all, and hopefully one of them find its way in your heart and you love what I do. And hey, when you see me, just be like, hey, bitch, that bitch will fire. And that's all I want. I appreciate it. Shit, a single don't cost number 99 cents. Shit, show the niggas some love. So.
All right, we done.
Yeah.
Nolazine, make them scream. NOLAZINE. Make them SCREAM. Scream. Nolazine, make them scream. You heard me.